I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Zionsville Redevelopment Commission for Friday, August 5th, 2022 at 9:31 a.m. I'd like to note that all RDC members are here present live at the meeting. Anyone online that would be recognized? Good. Okay. Heather James and Michael Burr. Do we have staff reports for the special meeting?
Not this meeting. No.
Okay. Good. All right. Old business. We have a couple of term sheets that RDC members have been negotiating with various developers. The first one is for lots 10 and 11. Term sheets for RFPDI LLC, also known as Graham Rahal. RDC members and town staff have met with the Graham Rahal team and have negotiated a term sheet that's been distributed to RDC members. Open for any discussion, questions? Okay. I'd entertain a motion to accept the term sheet with Rahal and authorize myself to execute the term sheet, and also authorize Ice Miller to move forward with development of a development plan.
Done. It'll be produced rather quickly.
Okay.
Move to approve the term sheet as presented in this meeting.
We have a motion. Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. The next term sheet we have is with Louth Property Development for lots 2 and 3. Again, RDC members and town staff have met with Louth, discussed their project, and have negotiated a term sheet as has been presented to you. Any questions in regards to that term sheet? Ice Miller, I believe, is also working on a development agreement for.
Yes.
Okay, great. Entertain a motion to accept the term sheet as presented and authorize myself to execute agreement with properties.
I can make a motion to authorize term sheet as.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Oh.
Jacqueline motioned and Kent seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. The final item we have under old business is the developer purchase bond with the Michigan Road EDA for the farm. We have some members here with the development group, and they did present their project and development at the regular RDC meeting 2 Mondays ago. Some of our members were not available at that time, so if you could just come up and maybe answer any questions we may have. We appreciate you providing the presentation at the RDC meeting, and also providing the renderings and the project development plan.
Great, thanks. I'm Chad Pittman. I live at 100 East Willow Street, Zionsville, Indiana. Representing Pittman Investors, and on our team is Sam Pittman's in the audience with us, part of our team, and our partners with Scannell Properties, Tom Jason. I think you've seen the presentation a few times, and I think it's in your packets, and you may watch the recordings and all those things. So I know we sensitive your time on a Friday morning, so happy to go answer any questions. For those who may have not seen those things, happy to go through as deep as the presentation as you would like. And Tom's our expert on the finance side of the bonds from our team here as well. So open up for questions, or do you want to go through the presentation?
Just as a recap, for the resolution 2205, just a quick overview of the infrastructure that's included as part of this bond package. I know it's there for the initial development, but also set up for future growth. And if you can just describe that for the team here. My understanding, it's a $12.28 million ask for this phase 1 with 95% capture and pledge.
That's correct. And for the record, I'm Jason with Scannell Properties, 8801 River Crossing Boulevard. Thanks again for your time this morning. I appreciate you meeting again. Just to cover the specific ask, as Sanjay was saying, the request is to pledge 95% of the increment generated within the phase 1 allocation area. And that pledge results in a $12.28 million bond. And what we're going to use that bond for is to cover certain project costs. First, here's the overall vision for phase 1 and phase 2. I'll let Chad speak to their plans with the commercial development. But as it relates to phase 1 and what the $12.28 million are going to help partially fund, it's the master infrastructure, majority of the infrastructure required for both phase 1 and phase 2. That includes that ring road that connects Sycamore to 421, as well as the offsite improvements that are required to install that. Landscaping, sidewalks, site work for phase 1, and then a stormwater detention solution for the entirety of the site. So largely our goal with phase 1 isn't just to provide for the 400 multifamily units. It's also to provide for lower barrier to entry for the commercial development. Complete the infrastructure prior to the completion of the multifamily units, and hopefully the Pittmans are able to start attracting commercial users in tandem as we're finishing up the apartment units.
Quick question.
Sure.
On the garage aspect of the multi-unit, so that's part of this ask. And are you expecting to put like additional parking in there for some of those businesses?
So the garage itself will just serve the apartment units, and that's about a 405 stall garage. The PUD requires 1.5 stalls per unit, so minimum of 600. There'll be 250 some surface stalls, so a total of 650 that service the apartments. But what the garage allows us to do is bring the full density of multifamily units that's allowable under the PUD, which leaves more land available for the commercial development.
In terms of traffic flow, I'm sure you've completed a traffic study coordinated with town staff and possibly NDOT for 421.
That's correct. We have completed the traffic study and are working through the appropriate solution. What we found within the study is that the multifamily project alone does not warrant a signal on Sycamore, but obviously want to be mindful of the impact of the entirety of the development. So as far as a final traffic plan, we are still working through that, but are committed to finding the appropriate solution on Sycamore and 421. But we're having those conversations with town staff, and the impact report has been submitted to NDOT as well for their review.
Has there been any analysis at the intersection of Sycamore and 421 in terms of traffic capacity at that intersection?
That was included in the report. I'm not certain of what the specifics are. Okay. But we're happy to share that report.
NDOT's interested in the impact of your development to their main intersection.
Oh, certainly. Okay.
Great. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Corey Meyer with the Redevelopment Commission for the town of Zionsville. I wanted to ask the developers if, as you are going along with your financial analysis, if you could provide the town with information on potential uses that the town will need to increase for police, fire, just information, because obviously this development will impact the town going forward. It's a big project. So we need to start planning for these other departments and need to understand how how many more police officers, how many more fire, just a comprehensive look of, how this development will hit that.
Thank you. Yeah, so when we went through the zoning of this years ago, we did a big fiscal impact and economic impact studies that we used the town's representatives to do that, or, same people the town uses. And that stuff was provided and it was greatly discussed. So the town, at least at the time, had that information. We are updating that in this process per conversation with the town council. So yeah, we will gladly work on behalf of everybody because we're all interested in the same thing. So we can make sure that information is provided and updated appropriately.
Great, thank you.
Heather, do you have any comments or any information to share with us before we consider the resolution?
Have any other information for you, Sanjay? I'm happy to answer any questions that folks might have. We're planning to go back to the council on August 15th with that additional information and hope that at that point they adopt the bond ordinance. And if they do, then assuming you pass this resolution today, then we'll be ready to walk towards closing with no further approvals.
Great. Any questions for Heather from the RDC? Thank you, gentlemen. Entertain a motion to adopt resolution 2022-05, resolution for redevelopment commission pledging TIP revenues for the farm development.
So moved.
We have motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0.
4-0, I just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
4-0. Kate Swatson
Thank you.
abstained from voting.
Thank you for your
Kate.
time.
I don't believe we have anything under new business. Owners Act. Okay. Any other business for the RDC? Brian, do you have anything for us?
No.
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, thank you.